At the start of 2026, Jungkook is not everywhere. There are no frequent live broadcasts, no sudden music drops, no daily updates filling timelines. And yet, his name is everywhere. Across social media platforms, fan forums, and international media discussions, one phrase keeps resurfacing: Jungkook's quiet phase. What might appear on the surface as a period of low visibility has instead become one of the most talked about topics among ARMY and music observers worldwide. For an artist whose presence has long defined global pop conversations, Jungkook's relative silence has not diminished attention. It has intensified it. The term quiet phase did not originate from official statements or media headlines. It emerged organically from fan observation. At the beginning of January 2026, fans began noticing a pattern. Jungkook had reduced his direct communication with the public. There were fewer spontaneous appearances, fewer personal updates, and no immediate confirmation of new solo activities. Importantly, this silence was not accompanied by alarming signals. There were no negative reports, no cancellations, no statements indicating concern. Instead, the absence itself became the focal point. Fans were not reacting to something going wrong. They were reacting to something not happening. And in Jungkook's career history, silence has often carried meaning. Many artists step back from public view regularly, yet Jungkook's quiet phase feels different because of when it is happening. This moment arrives after a record-breaking solo era, global chart dominance, international recognition beyond the K-pop sphere, the official announcement of BTS's upcoming comeback phase. In this context, Jungkook's reduced visibility is not interpreted as rest alone. It is seen as transition. Fans understand that Jungkook is no longer at a stage where silence means uncertainty. Instead, it often signals preparation. Longtime fans are quick to point out that Jungkook has followed similar patterns before. Historically, periods of low public activity have often preceded major music releases, conceptual shifts, significant career milestones. This pattern has shaped fan expectations. Rather than expressing anxiety, many fans frame the quiet phase as intentional, disciplined, and strategic. In fan discussions, the phrase, "he's cooking," appears frequently, not as a joke, but as shorthand for trust. From an industry standpoint, Jungkook's quiet phase aligns with a well-known principle in global entertainment: absence builds anticipation. Music analysts note that constant visibility can dilute impact. In contrast, restraint can sharpen attention. By not oversaturating the public space, an artist allows curiosity to grow organically. In Jungkook's case, this strategy is particularly effective because 1. His existing catalog continues to perform strongly. 2. His name carries independent brand power. 3. Any future announcement will be amplified by contrast. Silence, in this sense, becomes a tool rather than a gap. Fan responses to Jungkook's quiet phase fall into 3 broad emotional categories. First, curiosity. Fans want to know what he is preparing, not because they fear something is wrong, but because anticipation has become part of the experience. Second, trust. Many fans express confidence in Jungkook's judgment, citing his history of careful decision-making and artistic integrity. Third, emotional attachment. For fans who have followed Jungkook since his teenage debut, silence invites reflection. It becomes a moment to look back at how far he has come. Notably absent from most discussions is panic. Instead, there is patience. Another key factor shaping interpretation is BTS itself. With the group officially preparing for its next chapter, Jungkook's silence is often linked to collective planning rather than individual withdrawal. Fans speculate, carefully and respectfully, that coordination, rehearsal, and creative alignment may be underway. While no official details have been released, the timing reinforces the belief that this quiet phase is not isolation, but integration. International media coverage of Jungkook's quiet phase has largely remained measured. Rather than framing the silence as absence or concern, most reports emphasize continuity. Headlines focus on his sustained influence, ongoing chart performance, and cultural relevance. This responsible framing matters. It prevents misinformation from spreading and reinforces the idea that not every moment needs explanation. Jungkook's career, at this stage, does not require constant reassurance. Throughout his career, Jungkook has demonstrated a nuanced relationship with fame. He is capable of commanding massive stages, yet comfortable stepping back. He engages deeply with fans, yet values privacy. This balance has become a defining trait rather than a contradiction. The quiet phase at the start of 2026 fits within this pattern. It reflects maturity, not withdrawal. In pop culture, silence is often misunderstood. It is mistaken for stagnation or decline. Jungkook challenges this assumption. His quiet phase illustrates a different model of artistic presence, one where growth happens offstage and preparation matters as much as performance. Fans recognize this. They do not measure his relevance by daily updates, but by sustained impact. Waiting has become part of Jungkook's narrative. Fans wait not because they are unsure, but because they believe something meaningful is coming. This waiting is filled with reflection, gratitude, and curiosity rather than impatience. In this way, the quiet phase deepens the connection between Jungkook and his audience. At this stage of his career, Jungkook is no longer measured solely by output. He is measured by endurance. The quiet phase unfolding at the beginning of 2026 has become an unexpected test of cultural longevity. Without releasing new content or appearing frequently in public, Jungkook continues to dominate conversations. This phenomenon raises an important question within the music industry. How many artists can remain relevant even in silence? For Jungkook, the answer appears to be clear. His influence has reached a level where presence is no longer tied to activity, it is tied to legacy. One of the most revealing aspects of Jungkook's quiet phase is how his past work continues to circulate organically. Clips from previous performances resurface, archived interviews trend again, old live stages regain millions of views. Algorithms favor content that resonates emotionally, and Jungkook's catalog does exactly that. His silence does not erase him from digital spaces, it amplifies what already exists. This cycle reinforces a crucial reality. Jungkook's work has transcended its original release moment. It now functions as cultural material, continuously rediscovered. In the absence of new updates, fans have become storytellers. Across platforms, ARMY revisits Jungkook's journey, from trainee days to global stages. Long-form posts, video essays, and reflective threads fill the gap left by silence. This behavior reflects a deeper truth. Jungkook's career is no longer dependent on constant narrative direction from official channels. Fans actively preserve and reinterpret his story, keeping it alive. Silence, rather than weakening connection, has strengthened communal memory. Timing has always been central to Jungkook's artistic decisions. Throughout his career, releases have arrived when readiness met intention, not when pressure demanded action. The quiet phase at the start of 2026 aligns with this discipline. Observers note that Jungkook has never rushed transitions. Each phase arrives after careful internal preparation, not external demand. This restraint reinforces trust. Fans believe that when Jungkook speaks again, it will be because he has something worth saying. Visibility and presence are not the same. Visibility requires constant appearance. Presence exists even in absence. Jungkook's quiet phase highlights this distinction. Though less visible, his presence remains strong, felt through music, memory, and emotional attachment. This shift marks a psychological evolution in how audiences relate to artists. Jungkook no longer needs to prove relevance. He embodies it. In an industry obsessed with metrics, Jungkook's quiet phase challenges conventional definitions of success. He is not chasing trends. He is not competing for attention. He is not reacting. Instead, success is measured through stability, consistent engagement, sustained admiration, and long-term relevance. This reframing positions Jungkook not as a fleeting pop figure, but as a cultural constant. Expectations surrounding Jungkook remain enormous, yet his response to that pressure has not been escalation, but calm. The quiet phase signals confidence, the kind that does not require reinforcement. This confidence reassures fans. It suggests that Jungkook is comfortable where he stands, aware of his impact, and intentional about his next move. Such composure is rare in global pop culture. Interestingly, Jungkook's quiet phase has revealed growth not only in the artist, but in his audience. Fans demonstrate patience, they avoid panic, they reject unfounded rumors. This maturity reflects years of shared experience. Jungkook and his audience have evolved together, learning to trust silence as much as sound. Historically, silence in Jungkook's career has never been an endpoint. It has been a prelude. While nothing has been officially announced, the quiet phase feels transitional rather than stagnant. Fans sense movement beneath the stillness. The absence of confirmation does not weaken belief, it strengthens it. Eventually, Jungkook will speak again through music, performance, or presence. When that moment arrives, it will carry the weight of this silence. Every quiet day will retroactively gain meaning. Until then, the quiet phase remains what it truly is, not disappearance, but preparation. At the start of 2026, Jungkook is not fading into the background. He is standing still, so the world can hear what comes next more clearly.